Hey guys, yeah, so before we get started with the week ahead video, the full moon falls on the 17th, so we're gonna just do a quick recap of what's happening for this full moon, and then we'll jump into the week ahead. So yeah, I opened this up and I'm looking, and it seems like the moon is in my favorite part of the sky. It's gonna be in the galactic center on the full moon 17th. So this is gonna be a really powerful full moon. Lots of expansive power because it seems like it's also. Let me just double check. It's conjunct. Yeah, it is a loose one, but it's conjunct Jupiter in the galactic center. So this is like major reflective energy um, of like a lunar galactic center, full moon galactic center is like gonna be beautiful. So how you can find it in the sky is you're basically just gonna look for in the south. You're gonna look for Scorpio is on one side, and you're gonna see Sagittarius is on the other side of the Milky Way. Sagittarius looks like a tea kettle, like a tea kettle, and on the other side is Scorpio. You're gonna if you can definitely see Scorpio. It looks like a Scorpio, and it has the red heart star of Antares, and right above that is a Fucus. So you're gonna see the moon right in the center there, and that's gonna be a beautiful sight. Um, okay, so yeah, while I was editing, I'm having like a cup of coffee in the morning, just editing the videos. I realized for the full moon, in the galactic center, I didn't show you the night sky with my um, astronomy software that I control my telescopes with. So I wanted to walk you through to show you how to find the full moon in the galactic center in the Milky Way in the constellation of Ophiuchus, cusp of Scorpio. So what I did was I have this set. The full moon goes exact at 5:51 a.m. on the 17th. So really, you're going to be observing it on the 16th, anywhere from 9 p.m., which is, you can see it's rising on the horizon, till, as late as you want, till sunrise. So we're going to go through this and we're going to advance it every hour so I can just keep showing it to you. All right? So first what we're going to do is we're going to target the moon, and we're going to show you that it's in Ophiuchus, not in Sagittarius. So hang on a second. So you can see we just moved our target. We went to find our target. It jumped onto the moon, and you can see the constellation it's in. It's in Ophiuchus, and 1986 waxing. So yeah, pretty full. This is full. This is all information on the moon in real time as it's moving. Right? Clearly, you can see it's in Ophiuchus Scorpio. We're gonna advance. I'm going to advance 2 hours so we get a better idea of, the night, like up and so we're going to go 11 p.m. Okay, now we have a clearer picture of the night sky, and we can see that right here, that's the Milky Way, the galactic equator. We can see the moon is there. We can see Jupiter is there. So that's going to be a really bright red star, but a planet, so it doesn't twinkle. And you're going to see the difference because I'll show you. Wait. See, that's Antares, the heart of Scorpio. You're going to see a red star, and you're going to see Scorpio. Here's the head of Scorpio, the body, and then it goes below, and then you see the sting, and that's the heart. And that's red, and you're going to see it kind of twinkling. That's where you get the little story, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Because stars twinkle, planets don't. So you're going to see that red star, and then you're going to see the really bright red, orange, yellowy kind of another one, and that's Jupiter, the planet. And then right next to it, you're going to see the moon. And this here is the Milky Way. And it looks like milk, or looks like salt. Especially in the south, it's like super bright because it's the core of the galaxy. That's where everything condenses, the core. So that is super powerful because it has the electromagnetic energy of 30 billion suns. and that's powerful stuff. That's why the galactic center is powerful. Um, Here is Sagittarius, the tea kettle that we always talk about, and it's pouring into the center, you see? So the moon is not there, and I know tropical astrology is probably going to put this in. It's not there. And then also you're going to see Saturn is here in Sag. Saturn is not in Capricorn, and a lot of tropical astrology is saying Saturn is in Capricorn. You look in the sky, you find the tea kettle, you look a little bit to the left, you're going to see another bright dot that's red, like a reddish brownish. That's Saturn. If you got a telescope, you can see through it. You'll see the rings of Saturn. And yeah, let's advance one more. Okay, this is like midnight, kind of high up in the sky right now, and you can still see Jupiter is in the galactic center at the foot of Ophiuchus. So this is Ophiuchus here, right above the Scorpio, right? And the ecliptic is here. This is where the planets travel. You can see Scorpio. Okay, so that's how you find it. That's how you find the night sky. And you can see the Sagittarius tea kettle here. That's not where the moon is. And you can see Saturn here. It's not in Capricorn. Alright, I hope this was helpful, and we're going to get back to the rest of the video. Okay, bye. Tropical mainstream astrology is probably going to put this in Sagittarius, which it's not, because you're going to see it's not where that tea kettle is. So that's how you're going to know Sagittarius, is if you're going to see that tea kettle. So that's not where the moon is going to be that night. Alright, so this is super strong, and it's reflecting the sun in Taurus. So this is like rooted stability, you know, steadfastness, and Venus is in Taurus at the same time. So this is a nice full moon for June. And I point this out in the week ahead, but I'm just going to show it to you. We have pretty tight conjunction between Mars and Mercury, but there is also an opposition with Pluto, which kind of is a bit concerning. But I'm hoping that the Mars listens to Mercury and uses, you know, thinks before it acts, uses that energy, like think before you act. So I'm hoping that is going to play out, because Pluto is annihilation, and that's kind of spooky. But then we do have a trine. You see that? There's a trine with Neptune, right? So there's a Mars Neptune, there's a Mercury Neptune trine. So this is a heightened spiritual, you know, messages will be coming through. So this allows the masculine energy to have more of a spiritual application of the force, which I'm hoping can transmute the annihilation energy of Pluto and become more of a transmutation, because it is annihilation, but then there's also transmutation has to happen after the annihilation of what's not working. So I'm hoping that plays out properly, and it seems like it's set up to, but it does concern me. So yeah, so that is just the recap right now of the full moon, a beautiful full moon, galactic center, and the constellation of the 13th zodiac sign of Ophiuchus. So that's what's playing out. So now we're going to move ahead into the week ahead, and see what's in store for us then. Alright guys, hang on a second. Alright guys, so here we are. We're back with June 17th through the 23rd Sidereal Astrology report for the week ahead. Sidereal Astrology aligns accurately with the constellations in the sky. So do your research and compare it with tropical astrology, the mainstream astrology, and you're going to see that tropical mainstream astrology does not align with the constellations in the sky. So if you want astrology done as astrology should be done, which means the study of the stars, then Sidereal Astrology is what we are doing here. Alright, so I have this week up. Some things sparked my concern a little bit. So we're gonna kind of walk through this here, because this Mars opposing Pluto thing could be confrontational. All right, so we're gonna kind of make a story up and see what that possibly could be. I think I might know what it could be, but all right. In the beginning of the week, seems like it was blending in from last week. We have Mercury conjunct Mars in Gemini. So this they call this the curious twins, right? Castor and Pollux are the main stars of this constellation. And it's just, I don't know if it's curiosity, exploring, if it's two sides of the self. All these things kind of come up with Gemini, the twins. Um, so uh, Mercury Mars is like the wise. It could be also like the wise application of energy, because Mercury is intellect, Mars is a force. So I mean that could be playing out. It goes exact on the 18th. So I see that going on, and then again below it we have the Jupiter square Neptune still going on. So this was the overextension of the dream space, and then again we still have this going on. It goes exact on the 18th, which was the Saturn crystallization of the dream space. So that's what we spoke about, where Jupiter was overextending and Saturn was like, okay, well, what do you have to work with? Why don't we start with that? I mean, we love the dreams and all, and it's great to dream big, but let's start with that. And then, the Saturn conjunct South Node, because that's always just going to be happening throughout this whole time. And here, Neptune leaves the sextile it had with the South Node. So that's kind of like phasing of what the past was. So I'm thinking this is more about the future. But then something happens here. This. At the same time. So when Mercury is opposing Neptune, that's the revealer of information, or maybe secrets. So the revealing of secrets. And we're dealing with Gemini, which is the two sides. It could also be polarity, it could be curiosity, it can be exploration. Gemini rules the hands. Yeah, so a lot of, I mean, I just want to watch what that is, because it's hard to, I don't like to like predict things when they look hard, but Mars opposing Pluto could be combative, could be confrontational, could be heavy, forceful energy. Basically, Mars Pluto is annihilation. It will annihilate, usually for the higher cause, and that's what But a lot of times, if Mars is not super supportive, it's not thinking. So this is what concerns me. But the fact that Mars is conjunct Mercury could allow for that to be a little bit of intellect could be involved in that. So that kind of could save any kind of combative nature, but I'm just pointing that out. This will concern me, and that goes on the 18th through the 21st. The Mercury part goes on through the 20th. So just those days, just oh yeah, think before you act. That's kind of like the quote I would put on for these days. Think before you act. Then we have another Neptune North Node thing. So there you go, dreams again. Then Neptune goes retrograde. So that's interesting. So an internal influence of this dream state energy, and that goes on, 19, 20, and it ends. The contact with the North Node ends on the 23rd. All right. So yeah. So that's a cool. That's that could be all right. So then we have. Well, Saturn oppose North Node, yeah, because it's conjunct the South Node. Venus opposing Jupiter towards the end of the week, the 22nd. Let's have a look. And they're squaring on Neptune. So let's just figure out what's happening here. Venus is in Taurus. It's opposing Jupiter. I mean, usually these two together could create abundance. So it's still possible if there's balance to create abundance, or happiness. That's usually one of the things. It's like a very supportive energy with like in the material realm. So, but then see the Venus squares Neptune towards the end of the week also. So I'm curious to see what that is, the feminine. The feminine is, yeah. So there's something going on here, and this movement. I think we might get more clarity moving into next week because I think this is just starting up, and we're gonna see more of what next week looks like. I think that's gonna explain what the Venus situation is. But my concern is the Pluto situation here. I think that's what we're gonna have to look out for this week. All right. And the clever use, think before you act kind of energy. I think that's the main theme of this week. All right. So yeah, I think this was a short one. I think this is a quick, but I would keep a lookout for that Pluto energy. You know, the Mars and the Mercury, mainly the Mars Pluto energy. I definitely keep a lookout for that. All right, and then we're gonna know more of what this Venus energy is going on with Jupiter. All right. So yeah, I think that about wraps up this week. This is a short one, and yeah. So anyway, go to the website siderealastrologist.com and join our email list so you can receive all of our emails, our cool little emails. Um, Join the Facebook group Sidereal Revolution, and if you're watching this on YouTube, click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you see when the new videos get launched. And I think that's it for now. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, thanks.